Hi everyone. So I'm very, very excited about roasting this comic. So I read this thing, and this is the first time I actually considered doing 2 videos, because I can only do about 20 minutes on my phone. So either I just do a freeform video where I roast the whole book, and then I fill up my 20 minutes, and then I do another one, or I was going to split it into roasting just the art in one and just the story in another. But I think I'm kind of, I'll just try to get this all in one. So first of all, it's called The Hulk, but it's about She-Hulk. So I wrote in She-Hulk because I'm kind of a thug. This is issue 7, and the only thing I've really heard people say about this book is that there's been no Transforms in 6 issues, and it's driving people insane. So cover's kind of cool, digital art, pretty good. It's just like, I don't know, she's upset. But I thought the gray, I like the gray Hulk. So we start in, and they're in a group therapy session. And this is obviously a 3D model, but it's not bad. It's a small panel. It's an establishing shot. And then we see like this artist is really good at faces and doing different emotions. So it's like, okay, that's great. Oh boy, get ready. It's going to get a lot worse. So then, oh, we're seeing the same model from a different angle, and it's even more obvious that it's a 3D model. And this is basically does not warrant a full page, because it's literally just someone asking if the main character wants to say something, and then she says she doesn't. So then we cut to the bad white guys. Every Marvel comic just needs bad white guys, they used to be called bad guys, now they're bad white guys. So you can tell these people are bad because they're white. They're white and working class, and so they've got some kind of scam going, and they're walking through a town of a 3D model, and then they go to a 3D model house that has a 3D model car. Now, the coloring is actually very good, but you're already going like, there's almost no drawing so far. This is just a bunch of screenshots. So what they do is they go to Google SketchUp, use these free models, you rotate them around, you find your angle, you can either do a screenshot of your monitor, or you can actually export it. I did it in one comic, not as much as this guy does, you'll see. But basically I got a grimy feeling, you know, I just felt like, oh, well, where's my artistry if I'm just doing stuff like this? So then we come in, and so then we get the catch-up page. But the funny thing is, this one is, these guys are crazy. It's like YouTube. So they're really like hip with what the youngsters like. So I noticed this thing that's kind of making me laugh. Every Marvel book has a male editor and a female assistant editor. And something's going on there. It's reminding me of some kind of like Star Trek episode where the males of the species do this and the females do this. So then we go into another 3D model, and so a woman's basically asking Jennifer, you know, why is she not sharing? She's like, you could use a good cry. And then Jennifer just spends like, oh, she gets into her 3D model car, and then she goes, I think this is actually drawn. Couldn't find a model of that. So then she goes to a 3D model of a construction site, and I was like, all right, cool. She's She-Hulk. She wants to let out some emotions because of, you know, her almost being killed and her cousin being killed. So she's gonna start wrecking things, but it's just 3D model overload. Now he's being smart, he's using the right angles, but I'm telling you, like, there's barely been any drawing. I'm halfway through this. This is like one afternoon's worth of work. He's just doing people and putting them into backgrounds that he's not making, and you're actually kind of supposed to pay people when you do stuff like this. If you use it for something money making, you're supposed to pay for it. So then, okay, so she drove to a completely random place that you find out it was not random. It's actually one of her clients' sites, and she knows she can destroy stuff without, you know, causing any problems. The look is actually pretty cool. It's like she's gray-skinned, she's muscly, but she still has like, she looks like a girl. So, you know, it wasn't killing me. I like when she's more shapely, like John Byrne drew her, but it's cool. So she has like these scars, and they glow with like gamma radiation. So that's cool, but they kind of play it down. Like, these almost just look like strips of glowing cloth. I mean, the colorist, who's amazing. I mean, look at that. That's great coloring. he really should have just amped this up so it was glowing. And even like the more she does, the more it glows. Because that would be a really cool, distinctive look. I didn't even notice, like, it almost looked like leeches or something like that. So then, her superhero friend, whose friendship is like all superheroes in the Marvel Universe, all female heroes are friends with each other, and their friendship is based on them both being women. It must be really hard to be a woman in the Marvel Universe, because you basically are forced to become friends with like every single, like, wouldn't that cause break of friendships? Every woman you walk by instantly becomes your friend. So now you guys want to hang out and you got to blow off like 3,000 people, all the people you walked by. So anyway, Hellcat shows up and she's just basically like, hey girl, she's like, hey. And so we got like, I guess after 6 issues of nothing happening, she broke this piece of wood. She ripped this off of somewhere and then she kicked it. Wait a minute, I can do all of this stuff. She was gonna like pick up this big crane and throw it. I guess there isn't a 3D model of a broken crane. So then, okay. So we got the friends who are friends because they're girls. Almost nothing happening. And then we get these cartoon cliche, I always do this, these 1990s NBC sitcom gay people who are just like, okay, so he's like gay, so it's like a really femmy gay guy. And of course, on the third panel, his boyfriend's kissing him. So this is what I'm talking about with Iceman. These SJW writers, they can't see any of these characters beyond their surface traits. What are the personalities of these two guys? Their personality is gay. So one is more femmy than the other, but they're just basically cartoon sitcom gays. So they're going in there. He found a good 3D model of a kitchen, and so he's trying to become a YouTube superstar. He's about to get 100,000 subs, so he's just ready to go into the big time. And then the straight white guys, they come in. So okay, so then She-Hulk powers down to have a sit-down conversation with her friend who has the personality of girl in a very good 3D. I like how it's a construction site, but it's just obviously just like some random like ski chalet. It's got one of those nice like circular staircases and this gigantic TV. A lot of these free 3D models, they're literally like, you look on them and it says created January of 2002. When you make a 3D model, it's actually, for stuff like this, is pretty simple. You're literally like putting a point here, 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 here. So it's like, it doesn't take up a lot of data. So some of these things, they just bounce around. They're really old. So basically, they just make like these really failed jokes. She's like, this is your Hulk away from home. Nice Hulk hideaway. My Hulk hut. So are you upset and distraught, or are you just winding down after a day at work? Because I can't tell. By the way, I love how the artistry of this like woman's laying on a bed, and she apparently weighs 0 pounds. She's not sinking into the mattress. Her body is like totally flat. It's like she's like laying on concrete. So basically they just talk, and she's like, what's up, girl? She's like, girl, it's complicated. And then so that's like, oh, I'm glad we had this conversation. Yeah, we really okay, if you're gonna have a conversation, it needs to lead to something. Just saying hey girl and it's complicated, like, all they're just doing is like, she just brings you up to so this is issue 7. This is like issue 1 stuff. She's like, oh, I'm upset about my injuries, and you know what happened to Bruce. So then she's basically like, bye girl. I wonder, she's like, how did you know I was gonna be here? I told no one I was going to, and you just showed up to have a non-conversation about, hey girl, how you doing? So then the evil white guys have a plan. They also want to be YouTube superstars. And so they're going to, God, this sounds like I'm making it up. They're going to put a magic formula in this guy's cake to turn him into a Hulk monster so they can film it for a viral video. I'm not. Okay, here's the deal. Just a little background. You don't make a ton of money off of one video. Even those guys like H3H and PewDiePie, you make like a couple grand, maybe 30 grand off a really, really big. So basically they're like, we're gonna risk going to law, like killing this guy and going to jail for the rest of our lives to make 30 grand. That's if it goes viral. mind you, this is the Marvel universe. Getting videos of super people doing super. If this was in our universe, they have an okay-ish plan to make 20 grand with the risk reward of going to jail for the rest of their lives. It reminds me when I used to do this thing a couple summers ago when I would punish my son and I would make him watch bad TV shows. Like he would have to watch Beard Wars or Gem. And Gem and the Holograms, they had this girl group that was like, they were basically always, they were like trying to like beat them in the battle of the bands, and they would commit a crime that would like have the death penalty if they were successful. They're like, we want to knock down this whole stadium, and it has like 1,000 people. It's like, what are you, ISIS? So then, okay, luckily this cartoonishly effeminate gay guy, God, this is embarrassing. This is, okay, hey, the bad guy is going to put a potion on his cake. And then he goes, what are you doing? He goes, I'm just setting up. Just chill, man. Oh my gosh. So then, I didn't even notice this the first time. Oh my gosh. So Jennifer, who is in a random construction site that she went out to lay off steam where she broke things that I can break, randomly ran into a female friend who had a conversation that led to nothing and then just left. She is now very, very, very coincidentally watching the live stream because apparently watching a gay guy make a cake, that's like the new hotness. That's like the new Jake. What is that guy? Jake Paulers? He's like, what up, Jake Paulers? That's the new Jake Paul. That's the new 5 million subs in a week. You're making a cake. Okay, so he's all set up. Good 3D model of a television camera. So it's like, okay, I just got to read this. This is the gay guy talking. Like I said, this is not a person. This is like, it's like a Degrassi junior high 1990s gay character. He's like, hello, I am Oliver, and you are watching Only Cake, which I was thinking I might change to Oliver's Bakes. But then again, I'm obsessed with cake. So yeah, I'm starting to hate myself. It just goes on. It's a whole page of this guy being like a background character from Will and Grace. Look at this panel. We get an entire giant empty panel of his boyfriend. Oh my God. We're not seeing him. We're not seeing him on the screen. This could be flipped to show him. We're seeing this cartoon character talk about baking a cake for a live stream. Like anyone would watch that. Katy Perry could, maybe if Katy Perry did it, people would watch it. So then there's a whole panel of his boyfriend just lovingly watching him do this live stream. By the way, look at this camera they got for a YouTube live stream. This is like stuff they used to put in the SR-71 in the 60s to like take pictures of Russian missile sites from near-Earth orbit. God, get an iPhone. You can do everything on an iPhone with a little attachment. So we get this awesome full panel of his boyfriend loving him watching, saying, so let me just put my apron on to protect my hipster jeans and let's get caking. He says caking instead of baking because he's kind of a thug like me. So this is just really off-putting. Number one, does anyone want to eat this disgusting cake after this guy's creepy face is like, would you eat anything if the cook was posing like right there with his face like 1 inch away from it? So it gets, hey, apparently there are 3D models of mason jars. Man, it's amazing how many things there are 3D models of. So then this really creepy guy is eating this disgusting green cake. Get it? Get it? It's all green. And then he immediately transforms. So Jennifer is just shocked. She can't believe she's watching a live stream about someone baking a cake. Then the guy, we get this very big panel of the cake being dropped. You think it'd be more of the transformation. We skip a whole page of just reactions of these. So a lot of the earlier drawings looked like actual drawings, whereas these are very clearly photos. This is his roommate, these are his roommate and his sister and his friend, and then he takes a picture and then he traces over in Photoshop. Because like I said, these are all normal people proportions. It's taken from the flat angle of literally standing in front of someone. Whereas in earlier, like this, he had actually done some drawing. He had figured out, he had used this to get the, you know, the thing, but he made the people match the different sight lines or the perspective lines. But then it's like he lost confidence or he just ran out of time. He's just like, whatever, I'm just gonna take a picture of my roommate. So then, wait a minute, I just noticed this part. So the cartoonishly gay YouTuber who got turned into, God, this sounds like an episode of Power Rangers. Who got turned into a monster because these evil guys wanted to go viral and they put a magic formula on a cake. God damn it. Excuse me. So then he screams, Oliver? Oliver! And then she goes, Oliver. You just say like, what the hell or what? Now, I don't know if they're trying to imply that like, she knows this guy, but they never said it. She was just random. And then he goes like this. He goes, help me. Why is, since he's so, did this turn him like kind of butch? He's not like, help me. He just says, help me. That's pretty straightforward. Okay, then it goes offline. I guess he hit that really expensive camera. But yeah, so this is, I kind of just want to, okay, so we get a preview. Oh, hey. Okay, so like I said, the artist is not bad. But this whole thing of like, OMG, it's like cell phone. It's like, we've seen that so many times. It's not 2013. Tone it down. Gage says, tone it down. So I was just trying to flip back to see if like she ever says like, hey, my friend. Oh, she talks about, no. She's just like, out of nowhere, she goes, enjoy watching your weird baking videos. And then she goes, oh, that's my hobby. Yeah, it's pretty so, okay, so it didn't last as long as I thought. It was, okay, so this is ridiculously bad. I looked up the author, Mariko Tamaki, and she just did these like slice of life, like indie comics in Canada. I think they were probably funded by some government agency. But yeah, so this is screaming of like the thing that, you know, Marvel does, where they're just like obsessed with just surface level diversity. She's Canadian, she's female, she's probably Asian from her name. Just hire her. She's a woman. Have her write She-Hulk. She doesn't like action. We'll get a little bit of action. I've actually done two of these. I never picked up something like that because I never found it, but I definitely feel like I could hold that at arm's length. So yeah, this comic was cartoonishly, hellishly bad. It was like backwards, boring. It reads like it was funded by the Canadian government, and they never had to actually ask anyone. It's like, is this worth anyone's time? Is it worth anyone's money? Does anyone on this actually like it? Does Mariko Tamaki even read American comics and even like She-Hulk at all? I found absolutely no evidence that she does. Yeah, this is getting ripped. I kind of want to like do like a theme rip of like, I don't know, something appropriate. So I'll pretend like this is my like YouTube baking show, and it's like, hey guys, oh my god, I'm hulking out. Okay, that was kind of hard. I gotta come up with a better theme for my next rip. But so this is terrible. I will go ahead and blanket unrecommend this whole series. And I forgot to cast blame. Oh no, I got to turn on the bottom half that actually has the credits. Actually, this is how I typically rip things. I don't get that dramatic when I just rip things. So yeah, Mariko Tamaki and George Duarte. The sad thing about that George is he showed some talent in the first couple pages. This is solid. He just lost his nerve or ran out of time. I don't know what. Somebody put a magic formula on one of his cakes. But thanks for watching, and I'll have this one up later tonight.